Yo, today we are going to go over some Reddit question and answers and really trying to help with personal development and positive thinking. The first question we have is, how does one stop worrying about the future? Now, the questioner here is really just worried about their future, worried about future opportunities, future events, and worried about things that are out of their control. The first thing I would advise for this person is to stop worrying about the things that are out of your control and just make a list of things that are out of your control, make a list of things that are in your control, and differ between them. And when you start focusing on the things you can control, you become someone who is able to take responsibility and look at the things that they can actually improve rather than looking at what they have no control over. Because what can you do when you have no control over something? Pretty much nothing. And what I go on to mention to this person is that it looks like you picked up the habits of negative overthinking. This happens when negative thoughts slowly affect you to the point where that is your normal state of thinking. This is something that happens over time and it builds onto your mindset. Combined with overthinking about future scenarios can have bad effects on your mental health. So if you combine negativity with overthinking, you get one of the worst dishes you've ever created in your entire life. And I would recommend trying positive affirmations and flooding your mind with positive thoughts so you can reduce your negative thoughts. Try to start with a few sentences like, I can do great things, I can keep my job, my future is promising, etc. Use positive statements to start battling that natural negative thought pattern that you have, and you will start to build counter thoughts to your negative thoughts every time that comes across. And personalize it to yourself. Make it about you. You are the problem you're trying to solve, not somebody else, not someone else's life. This is about you. So use the solutions that you find online to yourself and personalize it to you. It may be hard or unusual at first, but try to read a few sentences of them once every day. Slowly you will see the difference and have a more positive outlook. This is a simple but effective method that since it helps you to look forward to your future and be in a better mood in the present. Now someone else kind of put their thoughts on it and sort of agreed in a way. And the best approach for this is to firstly understand that it takes time. So you need to agree with yourself that you're going to take a few months to practice this. And secondly, be someone who is self-forgiving. Practice self-forgiveness and keep going at it, because it gets really hard when you try to put these things into practice, as opposed to seeing someone like me give that advice or someone else give that advice. And words are a lot easier than actions in many scenarios. The next question is, unfortunately, we ain't got the question because the question got deleted, but let's see what I had to say. A great thing to do at 18 is to search for the things you like. When I was 18, I was looking for a lot of things I wanted to do, and that was the best thing I did because it helped me figure out what I wanted to accomplish and how to start making goals when I was younger. So that's definitely a good piece of advice for myself and hopefully for you too. You should use resources like books, online communities like this one, online articles, videos, etc. Try out sports, and just basically what I give here is the ways that you can start figuring out what you like or what you don't like. It's this kind of position you're in at 18. It can vary because your circumstances, but generally it's a time where you start to figure out where do you want your future to lead. So be open to trying out new things. When you try out one thing, don't feel like you're stuck in it. You can be flexible even when you're older, but especially when you're 18, you can be flexible. So try out different things and just figure out what kind of things you like, and you start to form more opinions on things. And I give credit to the person because they made the initiative by asking the question, as I mentioned before with the idea of a growth mindset. When you start asking questions, that leads to problem solving, that leads to discussion. So asking the question is a great start for you. This is a more Muslim related question, Islamic related question. I thought I'd leave it here for people that are interested to see how you can respond to how a Muslim kind of responds to certain questions. And listen, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not the best example at all. I'm not even a good example. I'm just trying my best. And here, someone it kind of is in a place. They're in a place of they're questioning their life and their purpose, and they just want kind of guidance. I just put in my 2 cents, my thoughts, because I've been in a place where I've struggled with what do I want to do, and what I said is that it helps to understand that Allah has a purpose for you and created you for a reason. I know you have a preference, and it's up to you to change it, but seek advice from your local community, our mosque, about how you feel, and inshallah they can give their opinions and maybe give you better insight. And inshallah means God willing for the people that don't know Arabic. And as generally with my Islamic advice, I just tell people to try to find your best local advisor that's Islamic, so a mosque or a school that you can visit in that terms. Okay, so the next question, again, someone deleted this question, but so seek knowledge on topics you want to learn about, be actively trying new things, and figure out what you like and don't like. If you learn about yourself and what you have to offer to the world, you will find a purpose that satisfies you. So be selfish. Think about how you can fulfill a purpose that to you is satisfying. And I say be selfish because some people are not selfish enough and they don't consider their own values. They don't consider their own desires. So they just live day by day, pleasing everyone else except themselves. Firstly, please your own needs. Then start to figure out how you can benefit the community and the world around you. So that's my advice on that. Let's see. Okay, so another deleted comment. Unfortunately, this is what happens when I don't track quickly behind these comments. This obviously, this post is 7 months old, but a lot of these comments, a lot of the questions have been deleted, so it leaves my answers without any context. So this person probably asked a negative question with some negative connotations, so I told him I'll approach it different if the first comment wasn't clear. And normally when I meant say I'm gonna approach this differently, that's if the question is asking some question in a way that doesn't leave you open to help them. It is great that you love to grow and that you were able to assess the times when growth was not present. However, I don't have much context as to what skills you're trying to learn, why or how long of a time period you are giving yourself before moving on. I just have this. Every time I messed up at something new, I just quit. This to me is a sign of quitting too early and is why people don't achieve success when going after their goal. Impatience plays a part. What I was trying to encourage was trying to improve on the skill that and give it a time period before quitting too early. Hopefully this is more clear, bro. So people quitting too early is one of the top 5 ways that people fail, and impatience is probably top 4 because of how easy it is to quit. You just have to have that desire to accomplish it and have a sense of responsibility, especially if you're responsible for other people. If you set a goal for yourself and you are really have that strong desire to complete it, quitting and impatience, they will not hinder you as much as someone who is not very satisfied about achieving that goal or feels that goal doesn't do much for their lives. So it could help to firstly reassess your goal, and then after that look into tricks and like solutions as to prevent you from being hindered by resistance. Last question is, how do people make progress fast? This person's asking a question based on the fact that he sees many other people doing many things, and unfortunately the thing about this is that what you see online and in general what people tell you is not an actual depiction of what the fact is. When someone tells you, look, I've accomplished this in this many days, that doesn't take into fact how much went on during that period and all of the context. So don't put yourself into a box when you compare yourself to others, and then put yourself in a box. And every time you compare yourself to another person, the box gets smaller and smaller until you're this tiny individual in a box, and you feel like you don't have the talent, ability, skill to accomplish anything. That's why a lot of great advisors, they say to start comparing yourself with yourself, because it prevents you from falling into that trap, which is I call it's an avalanche effect of comparison, where it gets very, very toxic and you start to unfairly compare yourself to everyone else. Now, I just give here in my one, I give the other lens of, in a matter of fact, some people are better, some people do work harder, some people are more consistent, they have better goals in terms of a smarter approach. Some people have a better environment. Some people are just naturally talented. It varies from person to person, but it is best not to be too focused on comparing yourself to others, and be more focused on how you can create a system that works for you. So more so, make it more about yourself and less about everyone else, and that helps in regards to every single thing you're about to do. And I hope you achieve a lot of success, and I hope that my words of encouragement, they only help you a little bit. I hope your own desire is the main 90% factor that plays into your success. With regards to this Reddit series I'm doing and the Quora series, I have a plan, I have an idea to do some longer videos so I can catch up, but I really have a desire to accomplish what I believe is getting to the point where I'm at now in terms of time-wise. I have so many comments that's backdated because I haven't had the time. Well, I haven't given the time to go over every single question, but I'm going to try my best moving forward and see how far I can go with the dedication I have along with the other series. So thank you for watching.